All right, Sean Armstead's here. He was fighting with his coat for a second. I thought maybe he had to go through some sort of exercise routine to get his coat off.
I think he was breathing through it.
We're all dressed for winter now. Sean, how are you?
Hi, Sean.
I'm good, Steve, Jane. Thank you all for having me. I feel pretty good, actually. Took a chilly ride over here. My face is thawing out. But
Did you ride your bike?
I did. It's good for me, but it's challenging.
We could have sent you the limo.
You know, that'll make me too soft. I was just on the Peloton looking at David Goggins. I couldn't do that.
Wait a second. I'm being told there is no limo. Oh, so you probably made the right call.
Yes, sir.
He wouldn't be here.
My wife was working out yesterday. She said the club looked like Costco on Christmas Eve.
Right. The beginning of the year, the resolutions run aplenty.
You ever seen statistics on how many people sign up to work out and then they just pay for the membership and don't use it?
I tell you, one statistic that I do know that's running pretty consistent over the decades is that 13% of our population actually works out. Right?
13.
13. That is the consistent numbers. I don't know if it's from.
So consistent would be what, 2-3 times a week?
No, consistent number in terms of 13, but consistent is a couple of times year after year, that number.
Okay.
Now, it's definitely a huge uptick in the beginning of the year, and then there's a huge downfall thereafter. Soon after, a couple of months, maybe.
January for health club owners is December for retail, right?
Pretty much. But here's the thing, though. When you actually don't create change or the potential for transformation, it's actually kind of a downer for those that are in the game to really help humans.
So you feel worse about yourself.
Well, you don't feel great, so it's like, what do you do? For me, it's the 20% that pay for the 80% of the overhead. Mm-hmm. It's those that want to be engaged, want to get educated, want to be enhanced, want to be empowered, and want to be encouraged.
But as a gym owner, so your job then is the new people that are coming in, you want to keep them in, not just
really
the first
engaged.
4 weeks
Absolutely.
of the month. So what can I do to make them feel better immediately so that I want to stick with it? Because most people are like, okay, I'll do it for 3. I don't like it. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to.
You got to really, what's their why, and try to address it. And then if they were referred to you, typically they're referred from a happy, satisfied client, so that the opportunity for engagement can be high if you really make sure you're on your game on every now opportunity.
So how do you get them from psyched to do this, I'm pumped to do this, I paid to do this, to getting up the next day and going, oh, my God, what have I done? And instead of that, actually going to do this?
Like, teach them something and experience something with them of substance. Like, what actually really gets into their why? Like posture or feeling better or more sexy. Like, give them some homework to do. So you got to do the good stuff in the gym. Then you got to connect them to the good stuff off the floor that they can want to be engaged and return on that note.
You have to keep somebody. It's hard. If you just start, you're like, okay, first week, 5 days. I'm like, okay, I'm out. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yep.
I feel like you need to do it consistently. So if you can feed into the why.
Oh, yeah.
Do it for 28, 30 days. It changes your mental, acceptance of what you're doing, because now it's part of your plan and you're seeing some change. You're seeing a muscle development, or you're feeling better internally.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be a fashion show. Yeah.
Easier to get off the toilet or get in the car or get out. It's like you run the appropriate habits and connect it. So one thing is connecting it to a tiny habit that you do already.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. A micro resolution about one of your micro body parts, but I think you got some here. I've never heard of anybody doing a workout program called It's Easier to Get Off the Toilet.
I think it's good.
It's easier to get off the toilet workout.
Functional.
That's what I'm talking about.
Versus being discouraged, like, I can't do well on the most menial of simple tasks.
Yeah.
Yet it's not if you don't take care of yourself. So you wind up regretting because you don't take care of yourself. Then all your work is trying to manage your pain and disabilities.
Yes.
Later in life.
Because you're not going to use a city fire hydrant as a bidet. That's not going to get you.
Not
You're
gonna
going to have
work.
to do it yourself.
Not going to work.
6:46, we do a traffic update, and then we'll tell you where you can connect with Sean. And we'll also want to hit you with some of these trends that are out there. Is it better to go to the gym? Is it body weight workouts? Is it stretch?
Should you join a challenge?
I got a good answer for you.
And we have a New Year's challenge from Sean coming up. In the meantime, Sean Armstead is here. We love Sean. Sean is a veteran, a hero, service to America, and service to you every single day as the co-owner of Phenomenal Fitness. Gets up at 3:45 in the morning, or as I like to call it, the middle of the day.
I wish I got up at 3:45. I get to the gym at 3:45.
Oh, what time do you get up?
About 3.
Turns out I'm the slacker.
Yeah, turns out.
All right, your New Year's fitness challenge is what?
A better you. And it's health and wellness. So it's about heart rate monitor training or cardio and strength training, a food process where you take a picture of your food, thumbs up, sideways, thumbs down, body composition, body weight. So basically benchmarks for the changes that you want in a systematic way, and like no competition. It's a challenge, but it's a challenge to be a better you, not a challenge against other humans.
When you talk about challenges, like the word challenge to me sounds hard.
Yes.
I get it. We want to be mentally tough, physically tough. We want to better ourselves. So sometimes a challenge, that's fine.
Yes.
But when we look at the word challenge, do you think that discourages people at the beginning of this year, jumping off into the year, trying to get new habits?
Motivate them, shouldn't it?
Or is it because it's you're like, you're taking a picture, we're going to work on this, we're going to it makes it a little bit easier to accept a challenge.
I think for those that want to engage, with us, it's like if they want to engage with Phenomenal Fitness and the team, and we say challenge, they connect with us and trust that it's going to be a journey worth taking and put up the time and the money to do so. To your point, I think it does discourage people, and it can discourage people. But at the end of the day, it's like, without some struggle, there will be no success. And I think the key is to get mentally connected with the fact that it doesn't have to be an overreaching struggle that puts you down, but it has to be some type of struggle that gets you in a discomfort or a vulnerable position where you can step out of it and look back and I got a little bit of success out of that. I want to repeat that. I want to get that dopamine fix again.
I love that.
Why, 100%. Why is it important to have a personal trainer?
I think it's important if you've tried other things and you want to know the way, go the way, and be shown the way, and get to a place with order and a process and a system. So I think that's the key. I think arbitrarily,
somebody's going to hold you to account too, right?
Well, accountability is huge, but then buying into the process that's principle-based. Methods are many, principles are few. Methods always change. Principles never do. So you should be connecting with a male or female that wants to get you, not in that first session where you put up the money, but every single session, rep by rep.
Yeah.
And I sometimes see your job it's sort of like an elementary school teacher, because some kids are going to need a kick in the butt, other kids are going to need a hug, and then there's every slice in between. And I assume the folks you train, it's the same way. It's not one for all.
Absolutely. Some people like it hard. Some people like it soft. Some people are going to be very committed to their word. And some people, frankly, are going to say, I'll be there, and then not be there and not even text or call. Thank God for me, that's few and far in between. And here's the thing, Steve, Jane, you can't take it personal, because that's about them. So then for me, it's like, okay, how do I treat them in a way that allows them to engage and let's make some progress, and they feel valued without me feeling not valued?
You ever had a client like this? A friend of mine was somebody I knew, not a friend, but a celebrity trainer in L.A., and was training Bette Midler, rolled into her house one day. She came out to the front door. She was wearing her robe, and she said, I'll pay you double to leave.
Oh, no. It hasn't happened to me, but that I can see that happening. And then what would be for me is like, okay, is this an episode or a pattern? Because if that was an episode,
there you go.
I could take that money and do something with it, right?
Right.
And if it's a pattern, that does no good for she or me. So it wouldn't persist.
All right. So every time you get online and you're getting all sorts of stuff, especially in January. So lifting weights, got to lift weights, or is it body weight workouts that are better? In other words, better be in the gym, better with body weight. Is it bands? Should we be working with bands? Is that better? What do you buy into, or is it what fits you best? Because I think you've said this before. You got to find something you love.
You got to find something you love, but before love, you got to find something that's effective. So everything you said, I agree with. It's body weight for the person that should do body weight for that moment or that situation of their training. It should be barbells, dumbbells, sandbags, kettlebells, whatever is appropriate. So I was listening to a coach yesterday, and she said, be a human before you be an athlete. In other words, do the mechanics that are pertinent to human benefit and progress versus trying to jump in and be an athlete before, so you have to do it in an appropriate order with the amount of intensity. So whatever tool allows that. So all the things that you mentioned, we do.
Yeah, like functionality.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times, if you're just starting off, maybe it's stretching.
Absolutely.
Stretch your hips.
Like, and Jane, that's a marvelous statement. In fact, that's going to be a lot for me today. I was thinking today, I did some good cardio. I did some stress cardio coming here, and I see joint mobility and stretching to be very, very beneficial for me today.
And I like that too, because what it's about is what's beneficial for you today. I want to ask about community, because you talk about the challenges, and certainly we can go online, go to Phenomenal Fitness, we can, go to the gym. But some people, because we have people listening all over the world, they may not be able to get there. What about joining or creating a challenge or like a group, a community where you live, and maybe it is just stretching, maybe it is just walking or some sort of movement, and you create your own little individual or a group challenge with your community?
I love that. I mean, because essentially everything that's difficult, we always want to do in a group. And I know in the Marine Corps with fire teams, it's always somebody with you on a patrol or a mission or this, that, and the other. So a group for something to better the community, be it inside your home or out or both, that's the way to go.
So as we crank through January here, people are going to be falling off. You shouldn't punish yourself if you went from 5 days to 4 days to 3 days, but what's a maintenance middle to make sure you're progressing? I feel like you got to be in the gym 3 days a week if you're going to do it.
I agree with the 3 days a week, but it's also what you do, how you do it, when you do it, and the frequency. So I would start out with a mission, like learn the squat pattern, learn pull patterns, like so there are patterns of motion, a pull, a press, a level change of a squat or a deadlift. I want to get my lower body stronger. I want to get my upper body stronger. And then pick 2 or 3 moves to work on that you can do primarily in the gym or primarily at home or a little bit of both. And then try to have a progress report, like I did 5 push-ups. I can do 20 push-ups.
So you can see the gain.
Yeah, I would connect to a pattern and then put benchmarks and be more passionate about the process rather than so hard about your frequency. But let the frequency be part of the process.
Mm-hmm. So I got a couple of years on you, but the one thing that's been shocking as I've gotten older is putting on muscle isn't the issue. It's keeping it on.
Absolutely.
You walk out of the gym, you lift, you feel good.
Right.
And you walk out of the gym, by the time you get to the car, it's like those old Nike Air pumps. Right. You feel like you need a pump on your arms. You can pump your biceps back up, your triceps, getting the bat wings in your arms, all that stuff. So the rule used to be, if you lift arms on a Monday, do legs on a Tuesday, arms on a Wednesday, and alternate, that type of thing.
Sure.
Because it's tougher to build and keep muscle, is it okay to lift the same every day?
I would say it's not necessarily you can do it every day, but you can. I mean, there are times where I'll do legs 5 days a week.
Days.
You can, but it's you can. That's just not recommended for new bodies that are in lifting because they're going to get tired to the point where it may expose them to injury. Now, if you're a seasoned lifter, professional or Olympic lifters, they're going to do squats every day, but they've earned the right to do it. So at the end of the day, earn the right to lift, earn the right to burn, earn the right. So that is mapping it out such that you put stress on it, and then you have to plan your rest on it.
The sayings and stuff.
They're good.
That you can take home with you from Sean are worth the price of admission.
I mean, for sure.
And he's been training you for a long time. Yeah. And Jane's in fabulous shape. She always has been.
She sure is. Jane, you look amazing.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not. I used to work out for a photo shoot. Now I work out to feel better. I work out for longevity, and that's what it's all about. It's working out to feel better. You're not deing this to make people feel worse. It will make you feel better if you're committed.
Definitely.
I work out just to. What did you say at the top? Get off the toilet easier. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
But then there's the workout for the season. At my age now, I'm with Jane. Feeling better is paramount.
Yeah, it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
But now you take somebody that's in their 30s and looking better and lifting a certain, lifts of heavy and things of that nature because they can, because of the tolerance of the elasticity, the tolerance of the tissue and the stress and things that like. We have earned the right, Jane and I, to focus on quality of function and feel and move, then look, because we've earned that through the repetition of the journey. That comes to everyone listening to this. You have to earn your place.
It's the First Church of Fitness with Pastor Sean Armstead.
It's good.
And if you're working in the city, man, this is a perfect thing for you to do before or after work and hook up with Sean. There's nobody better.
Yeah.
What's the best way to do that?
Thank you, Jane. Sean at phenomenalfitness.com. And
SEAN.
SEAN. And I tell you, I've put my phone number on here. People tell me, why did you do that? But I never get any texts. I never get any calls. So I don't mind putting it on here.
Yeah, well, I mean, the reason is because it's a hip crowd.
Well, and I want people to contact me, Steve. I want them to contact me. 312-282-8486. Just text me, and I will get back with you today.
Sean at phenomenalfitness.com. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Sean.
My
Happy New
pleasure.
Year.
Happy New Year, guys.